Welcome, Outlander. How are you?
Good.
Hi, good. How are you?
Excellent. First, I wanted to ask Ron and Diana, what about these books did you think lent itself to a TV series?
I just thought it was ideal to sort of do something in TV that people hadn't seen before and that would be unique and captivating. I love the period and the detail of it. It had all the elements. When I read the book, I was like, oh yeah, I can see how you make this into a show.
And were any of the cast members familiar with the source material?
Not before I found out about the project, but as soon as I knew I was going to test, I kind of ran out and bought the book in my local bookstore in LA. And the guy was like, you know they're making a TV show out of this. And I was like, oh, really? So that was kind of cool. And he wrote his thesis on Ron, actually. But yeah, really? I was like, that's a good sign, I think.
And a lot of passion has greeted each one of the casting announcements. There's a lot of, anticipation, scrutiny, what have you. Anybody experience that firsthand?
Well, yeah, I mean, for example, my character is supposed to be tall and blonde and Scottish and green-eyed, and I'm none of that, so I was like, okay, I might as well just pass. But then as I got the part, because I just taped for it and I just had so much fun with it, and then I got the part, and then, yeah, this response has been amazing, and I think for all of us. So that's just lovely. That was the first feel I got of the fan base, so
yeah,
it was
feels
lovely.
like you're being welcomed into a big family, really. They embrace you fully, metaphorically and literally.
Graham is very happy to allow.
If you're lucky, I am very happy about it.
I am too, yeah.
Kat, do you feel pressure playing Claire?
It was such a quick process from the moment that I got cast to I was on a plane 3 days later in Scotland. Wow. I didn't even have time to sort of think about it, and I, in a way, my journey through that sort of mirrored Claire's journey. It was like she got thrown into a new world as I did. So, I didn't have time to think about it. I feel a little bit more pressure now. You're like, oh God, no, people are going to see it. But we filmed it now, and we're really proud of it, and I think people are going to enjoy it. So,
yeah, it feels there's a sense of relief almost that it's out there now. We've been working on this for over a year. Ron for longer, and Diana for longer, much longer. But it's a sort of relief that's finally out there.
Diana, is this how you envisioned it looking?
Yeah. Are you having second thoughts?
Can we stop this?
Is it too late?
Group of
Is this what
food?
I really didn't mean it to come out like that.
No.
Or maybe I did.
Maybe you did.
You must be so proud.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's better. Yeah, no, I had been envisioning all kinds of horrible things because I know many other writers who've had their works transformed into a film medium, and by and large the experience was not pleasant for any of them. A few did all right, but then there's people like John Irving, whom I know fairly well. He told me about his hideous experiences with Simon Bright, which started out as his book A Prayer for Owen Meany, and I took his name off it and made sure that he wasn't associated with it. But then he made Cider House Rules and worked very closely with the production team. He had 4 producers die during the course of that development, and it took him 14 years. Wow. But he did get an Oscar out of it. So, I was expecting something much more arduous than it actually.
Wow. No one's died so far.
Yeah.
So far.
There's time though, right?
Any thoughts on the split season? Were you involved in that? Does it work narratively for you?
I knew about it at the outset that there was probably going to be a mid-season break. How long it was going to be was up to stars, and I don't think they'd settled on it for quite a while. But when I was laying out the 16 episodes of it, it was pretty easy to say, okay, this is the midpoint. This is going to be a good place to leave the audience breathless and have them come back. So it was a natural thing in the story.
Yeah.
And how big is that cliffhanger, that mid-season?
Oh, it's a big one. It's a biggie. Yeah.
That's all we're saying.
There was screaming involved.
Screaming. Blood?
Screaming.
Just screaming, no blood.
Just
You can't see. You don't know. There might be.
Okay.
there might be blood.
There will be.